Hey everybody, it's Eddie from Tokyo. This is your cryptocurrency update from Japan, and the market is pretty much in lockstep, moving up in the right direction with what looks to be half the projects are in the green. Pundi X off a little bit, 5%, and that's to be expected because, well, people taking a little bit of profit after they had their strong gains. Those gains actually started in mid-February, and yeah, it's not surprising. Dent, too, off 6%, but the star, the superstar right now is Icon. This is a Swiss nonprofit with a goal to interconnect blockchain platforms. It's up well over 20%. So Flare Networks, they have tweeted out today that the Coston 2 testnet is live. What does that mean? It means that the beta with Flare Finance can resume, and you really do want to hone your skills so that when the mainnet goes live in Q2, you'll be ready to fly out the gate to reap all those rewards. And you see here that if you follow Flare Finance on their Twitter feed or in the Discord channel, which is very busy again, it's probably the best place to keep you in the know. And I'm really looking forward to it. I set up my connection in the meantime, which you can get from the link that is provided by Flare Networks. And you can set that connection to the testnet and also get your CFLR. Now remember, you use the MetaMask, and it's not that difficult. I know it took a little bit of time when I first did it, but here it just goes to show that all that time I put into getting set up originally made it like a 2-minute process for me to do it this time. It is not that difficult. And what you want to do is get the endpoint, the public RPC, and put that information into the dropdown to create that connection to the testnet. You can fill in the network name, then put in that URL for the RPC URL and the chain ID 16. These two are optional. And then when you get that created on your MetaMask, and I'll show you here, this is what it looks like. So I'm clicking on my MetaMask, and you'll want to go custom RPC, and then just put that information in there, and then go over to Towo Labs, and I should show you. You want to copy your address. So see, that's you can copy your address, and then put your address into the faucet. Click request, and 100 CFLR will then be transferred over to your wallet on MetaMask. And it'll look something like this when they arrive. So this is going to be fun because I really, like I said, I want to learn all the different techniques so that I am really ready when the mainnet goes live. And when I was in the Discord channel, there is a competition going on for some artwork with Flare, and I enjoyed very much looking through what everyone had created. This was just one that I thought was my favorite, so I wanted to share that with you. It would make a good NFT. And speaking of NFTs, this is Charles Hoskinson of Cardano, and he is talking about how the network is probably going to be one of the best for NFTs. Very interesting. There's going to be a lot of people going after this space. And I think that Cardano probably will be one of the successful projects to get some of those NFTs. I think you're going to see Flare Networks also, and possibly even the Sum wallet by Witsa, I think. So there's going to be lots of places for those NFTs to be issued and sold without having those high Ethereum fees. Have a listen to just maybe 20 seconds here of Charles talking about that.
authentication, problems about governance, we have native capabilities built into Cardano, from Catalyst to our metadata standard to how we handle native multi-asset, that I think will make us probably long-term one of the best platforms to issue, curate, and transfer an NFT from one party to another party.
I look forward to that. And I think some people, when I have said ADA, they all are like, no, Eddie, don't say it. It's not ADA, it's ADA. And I understand ADA is actually the project name that was named after Ada Lovelace. And that is really, one of those well-known little bits of trivia. But the important thing to know is when you hear people say ADA, it is a dead giveaway that they have been in the space a while, because that is how this project was called back in 2017, 2018. Now, I know everybody's now being very much the crypto police and saying that, no, it's not ADA, it's ADA. And Ada Lovelace was one of the most interesting people for her time. Let me just play this short portion so you can get just a little taste of who she was.
Her father was one of Britain's greatest poets, but her mother, hoping to steer her away from those dangerous poetic tendencies, made sure she received tutoring in math and music, and it worked. Today, Ada Lovelace is considered by many to be the first author of a computer program, despite living a century before the invention of the modern computer.
I watched 3 videos on her. She had a really fascinating life, and she was almost forgotten, but Alan Turing remembered her and kind of brought her back into the limelight. Anyway, very interesting. And if you are really into learning about crypto and you're new in this space, and if you happen to want to know everything from individual projects to what is a wrap token to how to spot a DeFi scam, you want to go to the Academy on Binance. And today they put out this very interesting TA terminology so you can understand the difference between a bearish or a bullish divergence. And the divergence is a pattern where the price trend and the indicator trend are opposite. So I just think if you are really one that likes to gobble up all of the information on topics for this space, this is a location that will make you very smart, and it is all for free. And wow, we've got some XRP on the move. There's a transaction detail that came from Whale Alert about 5 or 6 hours ago. 8 million plus XRP moved, about 4.9 million in value, and it moved over to Coinbase. Now, it's from an unnamed wallet that was just recently registered on March 20th, and it was activated from a wallet that has, wow, connections to coins.ph, Bitso, Uphold, BitBay, Binance, Bittrex, Luno. I mean, yeah, you can literally spend hours upon hours going through the transactions to try to figure out where all of these are coming from. But the wallet that sent this out has some really interesting transactions. Not only the 8,899,980 XRP that moved over to Coinbase, but it has had a tremendous amount of XRP coming in recently, like 445,000 multiple times on the 20th of March. I just don't know. You can keep going back and check this address, which then you can check the other address, and you just feel like you're going down a rabbit hole, and there is no end to the rabbit hole. All right, this next 1 minute and 22 seconds has nothing to do with whether I agree or I disagree. I just want to point out to you where the wind is blowing in our world today. This is the UN chief. Have a listen.
we need to make peace with nature. Without nature's help, we cannot thrive or even survive on this planet Earth. Climate disruption, biodiversity loss, and pollution threaten lives, jobs, and health. It's time to reevaluate and reset our relationship with nature. 2021 is a year to change course. Solutions are available, affordable, practical, and realistic. We can provide renewable energy and sustainable food systems for all. We can reduce emissions and use nature-based solutions to help us build a more resilient, carbon-neutral world. We all must do our part to safeguard our planet. Together, we can build a brighter and more prosperous future. The United Nations is proud to join in the global effort to mark Earth Hour. It is a reminder that small actions can make a big difference. So join me and people everywhere by switching off your lights for 1 hour on Saturday, March 27th at 8:30 p.m. your local time. In this make or break year, let your actions and voices send a clear message to leaders everywhere. Now is the time to be bold and ambitious. Let's show the world that we are determined to protect the one home we all share.
Well, like I say, I have no comment on that, but I do have a comment on this. On the 26th of March, crypto miner Argo aims to be the world's first Bitcoin mining pool powered by clean, renewable energy. This is a joint effort with the Canadian miner DMG, and they are going to create what they call a green Bitcoin. I knew it was coming. They are building out their capabilities in Texas using solar and wind power. And I guess the investors loved it because they are piling in. I had said just a couple of days ago, I bet you that we might possibly see some regulations go through that you can only buy Bitcoin that is coming from a green miner. I just don't doubt it at all. And then a little community business we've got On the Chain. They have a virtual meetup, number 2, starting in 3 hours, 21 minutes, and 12 seconds from now. I'm going to do my best to pop in. This is Jeff and Chip, and they are On the Chain, which is a channel that you'll find on YouTube. And I think the last one I did was really, really fun. And they do a good job at mixing everyone up, and you kind of are able to move around the different tables and talk to lots of people. I had a blast the last time I participated, so I'm going to participate again. And then look at this. This is somebody from the community who has created a kind of souvenir coin. It's limited edition. I think there's going to be 5,000 of them. And yeah, it has a really good chance, I think, to be a collector's item. Anyway, I wanted to just point that out. I'll put a link to it in the to the website in the description below. And yeah, still we don't hear from Bearable Bull. I don't know. The more the days pass, the more I start to worry. And now I'm going to jump to the fluff, everyone. This is so interesting. It's been something. I got someone who's trying to talk to me about XDC. Okay, he's just a little bit late. Well, let me finish this fluff, and then I'll pop over there and see what he's so excited to tell me about. So, you know, to enhance your experience in Japan, you want to check out this pictogram site. They've been created to really overcome a lot of the language barrier that visitors have, and also to share Japanese culture. So it's something that you can download and study before you come. That's what they suggest you do. And each of the little icons or pictograms have a description that you can learn about the history or about the importance that it plays within the Japanese culture. It's really so interesting. So I was looking through them and I was really having fun, but I came across, which one? Was it this one here? I came across this one. I thought, what is this icon? And what it is about drift ice. And I said, aha, yeah, that is something that is really interesting, because there's the Amur River, which borders Russia and China, and it comes out into the Sea of Japan in the way of drift ice in the wintertime. And Asahi Beer this year is making a draft beer using drift ice as part of its ingredients. And in their ads, you can see that the beer looks a little blue, but let me just take you here. When I found some pictures on Twitter, it actually looks more green in real life. But here is a really good picture of what that beer looks like. How interesting, huh? And all the reviews on Twitter were like, wow, it's so good, it's so good. So this is something I definitely want to try. It's a limited edition because it's quite seasonal. And just so you know, there are about 350 to 400 Amur tiger left in that region. That's the Siberian tiger. But it's definitely challenged because there needs to be more diversity in the gene pool to have really an outlook that looks promising that this species can survive. And it's one of those very, very much endangered cats in the world. And I just got the latest update from a little bit of research, and I do hope that they are able to successfully start a breeding program, because that has really been successful for lots of endangered species before. All right, everybody, yes, do take care. Sayonara for now. Bye-bye.